A pizza box hits the wet pavement so hard it splashes my sneakers, but all I see is that black van, doors wide open, a masked guy yanking a little boy, maybe 8, inside while the kid kicks and screams for his mom. In that split second, I'm not a pizza delivery guy anymore. I'm pure muscle memory, sprinting, yelling, closing the gap. I don't even think. All those years I tried to bury come roaring back, and before I know it, the guy's on the ground out cold, the knife kicked away, and I'm holding this trembling kid, his arms locked around my waist like I'm some superhero dropped straight out of his favorite video game. You ever see a cop's face when the story's too weird even for late-night TV? That's the look Detective Ramirez gives me as we sit under those buzzing fluorescent lights in the Boston precinct. The kid's safe, the kidnapper's cuffed, but nobody, including the boy's mother, Alexandra Blackwood, trusts the guy who just saved the day in a pizza uniform. She sits across the table, immaculate blazer, sharp eyes. Definitely more CEO than soccer mom, tapping perfectly manicured fingers, grilling the detective like she's in a boardroom, not a police station. "You're sure this delivery guy isn't involved?" she says, and I get it. Her whole life's about not believing in coincidence, especially when you're running a cybersecurity empire about to land a giant government contract. Ramirez vouches for me 8 months at Pronto Pizza. No record. Plenty of coworkers willing to say I'm boring as dry toast. But Alexandra's gaze says otherwise. She's not buying what anybody's selling. Then her kid, Ethan, busts into the room, launches right at me instead of his mom, wraps his arms around my waist, all wild-eyed and breathless. He saved me. He did, like ninja moves, Mom. I try to deflect. "Hey, buddy, your mom's right over there." But Ethan's got that look like I just leapt out of his favorite action movie. Alexandra's got her own power move, calls her son over with a voice that would freeze an earthquake. He obeys, but he's still looking back at me like I'm the only real-life hero he's ever met. She shakes my hand, all stiff gratitude and sharp edges. "Thank you for helping my son. I owe you." I barely get a word in. Anyone would have done the same when Ramirez interrupts. Not anyone. He had a knife. Our pizza man disarmed him, hell, with skills we don't see outside the academy. Alexandra zeroes in. "Where'd you learn to fight like that?" I give her the stock answer. Action movies, adrenaline, lucky day. Ethan pipes up. He has a tattoo like a soldier. I tug my sleeve down, but not fast enough. Alexandra clocks it. She misses nothing. Ramirez pushes on. "Any enemies, Miss Blackwood?" Her mind's already racing through the list. Rival companies, angry ex-employees, anybody with a grudge. Turns out the kidnapping wasn't just some random act. Ethan mentions the bad guy asking about access codes. I chime in. The guy had an accent, wore a Russian military watch, details I shouldn't know if I were just a pizza guy. "Internet rabbit holes," I say. Alexandra knows I'm lying, but she can't prove it. She's already decided I'm trouble, but right now, trouble might be the best insurance she's got. We all go home, but nothing goes back to normal. Not really. Days later, her security chief, Roberts, tells her there's another Pronto Pizza delivery at the gate. She didn't order anything. "It's that Miller guy," he says. Alexandra's tension is palpable. She lets me in, but the vibe is pure suspicion. Ethan's thrilled. He just wants a friend, someone to show his toys to, someone not wearing a suit. Before we can even argue, alarms blare. Roberts yells, "Perimeter breach." Alexandra grabs Ethan, and suddenly it's full chaos. My delivery guy routine drops like a mask. Now I'm barking orders, checking entry points, asking for a backup weapon. Roberts doesn't even blink. He hands it over like he recognizes something familiar in me. We rush to the safe room, a reinforced vault behind the wine cellar, while masked intruders burst through terrace doors. I buy them time, taking out 2 attackers in the kitchen, moving with a skill that has nothing to do with pizza and everything to do with a life I don't talk about. Alexandra and Ethan watch it unfold from security monitors, realizing their new houseguest might be the only reason they're still breathing. After the dust settles, 3 attackers neutralized, police swarming the scene, Roberts finds an ID badge. The guy works for Dear Cybersecurity, Alexandra's biggest rival for that government contract. Turns out, the rabbit hole goes deeper than any of us thought. And for Ethan? He just wants to know if I'm a superhero. No heroes here, but just people doing what's right. I see in Alexandra's eyes she wants to believe that, but she's not there yet. That night, Alexandra can't shake the feeling someone's still watching, still plotting. She dives into my background: military service, honorable discharge, a life of odd jobs and blank spaces. Too many blanks. She calls me in, tries to get answers, but all I'll say is, "You hired me for protection, not for my life story." She pushes, "Ethan's attached. He's lost his father. She needs to know if I'm safe." She asks if I have kids. I almost lie, but instead, I tell her the truth: had a daughter, Emma. Would have been 12 this year. Collateral damage, I say. Wrong place, wrong time. She shows me a photo, me and an FBI assistant director from years ago. "You were federal law enforcement," she says. I don't deny it. "Why deliver pizzas?" she presses. Maybe I got tired of people getting hurt. She connects the dots. Those anonymous tips she got? That was me. I wasn't just dropping off pizzas that day. I'd been tracking threats against high-profile tech execs. Someone's targeting Atlas. I tell her the cybersecurity protocol her company is about to unveil. She gets it now. She knows the risk. The day of the Atlas demonstration, the room is packed. Government brass, defense contractors, Alexandra at the podium, Jack Miller, me standing watch. Her CFO, Nathan Wells, her late husband's best friend, Ethan's godfather, acts off. The screen glitches. Nathan tries to take over the demo, gets twitchy about his watch. I slip into the control room, find a tech plugging in a suspicious USB drive. "Step away from the console," I say. He spills. "Mr. Wells said it'd help with graphics." Back in the demo room, Alexandra starts the simulation, but the system goes haywire. Core Atlas code starts streaming off-site. Security doors slam shut. Nathan pulls a gun. "Nobody move. This'll be over in 3 minutes." Betrayal stings like a slap. He set up the kidnapping, the attack, everything. "David would be disgusted by what you've become," Alexandra says, holding it together. Nathan just sneers. "David was weak. I deserve better." He checks his watch. Extraction almost complete. But the room goes dark, emergency lights flicker on, and I come out of the shadows. Nathan's ex-military, but I've spent years tracking him. I'm ready. We fight, crash into tables, but I get the USB, stop the data leak. He grabs Alexandra, gun to her head. "What now, Agent Miller? Revenge won't bring your daughter back." "Not about revenge. Justice," I say. Alexandra, quick as ever, elbows him in the gut. Move I taught her, and I finish the job, disarming him as security rushes in. Afterward, I stand alone, the mission supposedly finished. Alexandra confronts me. "You used us as bait." I used Nathan's obsession, but I never wanted Ethan involved. She sees the pain I carry, Emma's death, my fractured life, the burden of guilt. "Is this redemption?" she asks. "No. Just doing what's right," I say, handing her the USB with the Atlas protocol safe. I tell her goodbye. She tries to thank me, but I'm already halfway gone, not just from her life, but from everything that came before. Weeks go by. Alexandra and Ethan adjust. The house is quieter, safer, but emptier. Ethan waits on the steps for a sign I'll come back. The FBI calls, wanting my statement. "We haven't located Miller," they say. Alexandra just smiles quietly. She knows I'm not a man easily found. But one evening, Roberts comes up, says there's a delivery, and Ethan's hope explodes. It's me, jeans, button down, no more costume. I hand Ethan a new model airplane kit, the kind his dad used to build with him, and ask if we can work on it together. Alexandra pulls me aside. "The Bureau's still looking for you. Miller died with Emma." "I'm just the pizza guy now," I say, lighter than before. I tell her I've been offered a security job consulting, no more field work. "Will you stay in Boston?" she asks. "Depends," I say, glancing at Ethan. "There's a kid here who needs help with model airplanes, and someone I promised to teach self-defense." She smiles, letting herself hope. Not love, not yet, but a new beginning. Ethan calls from the porch. I join him, Alexandra watching from the doorway, hope flickering in her eyes. Sometimes heroes wear the most ordinary disguises, and sometimes saving someone else is the only way to save yourself. So, what would you have done? Would you trust the stranger who saves your family but hides his scars? Or does every hero deserve a second chance? Let me know what you think. Where's the line between justice and redemption? Drop your thoughts below.